Has it happened yet? So it looks like, oh shoot, 6 a.m. It's totally PST. I thought it was EST. They never do Eastern Standard Time. Why would they? Yeah, so I guess I didn't miss it yet. I'm stupid tired. You guys gotta forgive me. I've been working all last night on a video edit, so I haven't had a chance to prepare myself for this. But I'm excited. Honestly, I don't know who to expect. My theory is three characters. It's either going to be Astral Chain, Travis Touchdown, which was my theory on Twitter, and I think I'm gonna stick by that one, or it's gonna be the best one. So I'm excited. I don't know who to expect. My theory is three characters. It's either going to be Astral Chain. Okay, that was the audio check. Seems like we're good, so I'm just gonna keep on pushing. Oh man, I'm tired. Dog, when I tell you I thought I did not make it to this stream. God is good. God is really good. Sometimes when you don't think you're gonna make it, sometimes he'll take care of it for you. So that's my secret. I'm not like some super like. I don't always plan things, and so God takes care of the rest. Most of. I hope I didn't miss it, but I'll go back if I did. Yeah, I guess everybody else is still waiting too. Yeah, it looks like nobody's like no, it hasn't started for anybody. I'm just making sure because I hope I didn't come in and then it be halfway through the presentation. That's what's happened to me many times. So oh, thanks for joining the stream. How you doing today? I want everybody in chat to put their top wanted Smash character in the game. Mine is always going to be Sora, with a either Roxas costume or a Roxas based costume, because Roxas is my favorite fictional character of all time. I can say that without a doubt. Like I don't know what it is about him, but yes I do, dude. Like when I was going through some tough stuff as a kid, man. And I played 365 because my friend let me borrow his, and then I bought it for myself, and I beat through the game. But when he let me play his 358 and a half days, man, and I was seeing what Roxas was going through and how he was silent all the time and nobody really messed with him except for Axel and Shion, dude, I felt that. It's one of my favorite games. Some of the mechanics in the game made me extremely angry since it's harder than the rest of the games in the series when it comes to playing your character, since everything is limited and you have to find all these resources in order to make the game decent for yourself. But it's fun when you get to play characters with different abilities that aren't the same from each other. Like if you ever do the missions, you get to play as Mickey and Axel and Shion and Luxord, who's also one of my favorite organization people. My favorite characters are Roxas, Axel, Riku, Shion, Naminé, Kairi. Actually, surprising me because I used to not hate her, but I wasn't a big fan of her. But now, in recent times, I'm just man, I love Kairi. especially since we're gonna get to play her soon, dude. I don't know when the Remind DLC is coming out, but that would be a good reason for him to get into Smash. I mean, you could look at this 3 on Sakurai's fingers and you like take that with a grain of salt, but like if he gets into Smash because Remind is coming out and like this is like not a publicity stunt, but like a remind of the fact that Remind is coming out, that would be really good reason for that. Not to mention, it would just solidify how great Mr. Sakurai goes to lengths in order to get his characters. Oh man, I'm excited now. I'm just really, really excited. Like I want this to happen. Ew, I don't like that. That's my Streamlabs name. It's okay. It'll be okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So whoever you guys want, just like leave a comment of the character. I was just letting you know who mine is. If I were to have a number 2, I have a few characters who I have in my number 2 slot. It's not just one character, like it's a bunch of them. But if I were to narrow it down, like that list I had for most likely, it was more like a wish list than a actual accurate list of like characters. Well, I mean there were a couple characters in there that like could legitimately get in the game, but let's see. Let's see. I bet we could find some good ingredients around here. I hope none of I don't think anybody noticed when when I was introducing what was it, Doom Guy, and I said number 4 and I put number 1 up there. Or at least nobody's made a comment about it yet. I guess everybody's just like SMH in their head and not really talking about it. But that's bothered me for a while. I just haven't updated it because I appreciate the views I have on this current one, and I don't want that to change. So, but at the same time, yeah, I legit said number 4, and I have like the number 1 that comes up. And no matter what way you put it, it's still always going to be a number 4. Still alive? Should be. Oh man. Somebody, Leffen, I think he posted. I don't know if he was trolling or not, but Urshifu from the. I was gonna say Tournament of Power, the Island of Armor DLC that's coming out, and I'm not against it. I know it would be another Pokemon, and yes, that would be stupid. Oh my gosh, another Pokemon. There's too many characters. I mean, objectively speaking, yeah. But at the same time, if like it's Sakurai's game, he can do what he wants. If he wanted to, he could put freaking I'm trying to think of like an obscure video game character. He could put the boy from no, he could put the girl from Little Nightmares, and there's nothing we could do about it. And we would try to figure out why the heck is this character in this game. But it's Sakurai's game. He can do what he wants. He directs the game. He works on the game. He tries to do the best that he can to excite people for the game. Ultimately, he's a video game developer, and whatever he decides, it's just what reality we live in. Sure, you don't have to agree with everything he goes with. Like I certainly wasn't like crazy when no, I think I've pretty much been hyped since every character that's come out. I'm trying to think of one I didn't like, but let's see. I'm not talking about like the character themselves. I'm talking about like the actual announcement. Everything that we've had so far has been amazing. Even the Sans costume. And that was more like hilarious for me than like extreme hype. Because when Terry got announced, I was like, oh my gosh, it's over. Like, that's two of my mains that have been like, because I was really getting into not the main Castlevania series, but like spin-off games. Like my first introduction, not well, I've seen it before, but like my first true introduction into the Castlevania series is definitely been Castlevania Judgment. So coming from something like that, and then like seeing both Simon, who was my main in the game, and Richter, who I had no idea who he was until he got in the game. Like, and then actually maining Richter now. And like, considering going competitive with him. I'm not saying like I'm like super competitive. In fact, I don't even think I'm all that great, but I feel like if I were to, my best chance would be with that character. Only because I get more consistent kills and mix-ups, and I say mix-ups, but like he's literally just a spam character. Well, I mean, like, here's my idea. You can spam with Richter, and that's most likely what you're going to do if you play the character. But at the same time, there are things that Richter can do that doesn't necessarily mean you have to spam. Especially if you are interested in trying to figure out new things. Like his like when it comes to like using his whip, it has so much utility. It's not even funny. Especially his dare, which it's not the best tool, but honestly, getting dare to up B or dare spikes, or recovering with dare, it's so much fun. I don't know what it is. It's just a really good item. Or sorry, move. Not to mention the bounce afterwards. I've gotten a lot of people where they'll try to attack me afterwards, and then I'll bounce, and then I'll just fast fall in the air into for F tilt, and there's nothing I can do about it. But they do need to work on him. All that being said, I understand. Like, I'm not even talking about any of his like, just keep the projectiles the same. The only thing I'm worried about is like his speed and the consistency of his whip reaching the stage, because it'll miss every single time. And here's my thing: if they make it so that it's either it'll reach the stage, but it's not as long when you're just using it as an attack, I'll be fine with that. Or B, if they make it longer, but it like the hurt box hasn't changed. Thanks for joining the stream. How you doing today? They like don't move the hurt box at all. I'll be fine with that too. I just needed to be consistent, because I always miss the stage when I'm like way too far out, and it's like his recovery is some dumpster juice. Oh, everybody in the chat, if you're watching, I want you to put your most likely, like the character you want the most to join in the game, and I'll start talking about them. I'm excited. I said that as I'm yawning. I'm super tired. I've been working all last night on editing video, like a legit video, not just Pokemon and stuff like that, but a legit video that I'm gonna have to change the contents because I didn't finish before today, and that's my fault for procrastinating on it. But you know, the joke will still be there, so that's the best part. Like I said, I added a couple things, and we'll be Gucci. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there. Mr. Sakurai presents... Question mark, question mark, question mark. I really hope it's Sora. He could just throw us a curveball and have, like, just nobody we expect. Like, I'd be extremely excited for that, honestly. Like, I'm trying to think, who could he just throw out the woods? Oh, let's go. That's scary.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai,
Don't scare me
director
like
of
that.
Super Smash Bros.
Oh, she done that.
We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter.
Always healthy as always, mister.
Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide.
Oh, let's go. So it didn't get
The
leaked.
development team and other
Praise God.
stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy. Which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has
It's
been
sad
broadcast.
that
So it won't be available right away.
they have
Please
to do this,
understand that it
but
will
that's
take a
because they
little
get
time.
leaked all the time.
I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, wow, really?
Okay, so it's probably somebody we don't
Let's
know.
all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information.
Bro, if I scream, I'm sorry. I'm
However,
just...
even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
Okay. Who is this
Prepare the
character?
fighter
T?
reveal
Or,
video.
ooh,
Once it
T.
starts, I think
Sakurai?
you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Now, let's do this.
Okay, let's go. What's up, Sakurai? Do this. Do the thing. All right. Oh, it's Travis touchdown. Oh, Byleth? Okay, a lot of people said Fire Emblem.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
It's Fire Emblem, cool. So 3 houses, that's what the 3 was for. So it's either her, it's gonna be this chick, or him.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are
Watch it be
one,
Sothis.
I too am trapped within this void.
I've never played this
In
game.
time, our
but I think
hearts
she's
and
waifu.
minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die?
Are you prepared to die?
I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet... there is no other choice. You must join Smash.
Byleth! Let's go!
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
So what's this thing gonna be called? Join Smash House. Okay.
So joining Smash consumes even the darkness itself!
That's a weird pose, but okay. Oh, what's this? This goes hard. Okay. Oh, he's got a chain. He's Rob. He's mid tier. What's this thing? What makes him different?
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? You wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Oh, he can be the girl. Okay.
So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Oh, okay, you get the different weapons from each house. Okay, that's pretty cool.
How is this?
Cause he's not, he won't be a complete swordsman. Recruits by. Oh, I like this. I'm gonna have to get 3 houses now.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
That was down smash, right?
With Arid Fire, strike with
Wow.
use Amir's overwhelming power. Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught.
Dang.
Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
Yo, this song goes hard. Oh, it's the new stage.
Your will and
What was that
mine
up
now
that
as one.
up there? Let's see this ult.
To you, both sides of time are revealed. Through Smash, show the world.
Alright, that wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't who I was expecting, but you know, it's whatever. At least we have the newest Fire Emblem character. Okay. I like that theme though. That song goes hard.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from
I'm gonna have
Fire
to tell
Emblem
my friend
Three
because he's
Houses
probably not
joining
watching
the
this right
battle.
now. But yeah, that's
Fire Emblem
pretty
Three
cool.
Houses was
I guess I have
released
to get my
last
hands on
summer,
3
so
houses.
it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th. You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate
28,
Fighters Pack,
cool.
and it will also be available for purchase individually.
Yo, this song goes
In
hard.
case you're not familiar with
Why
Fire
does
Emblem or
every
Three
Fire
Houses,
Emblem theme
I'll
go
explain
hard?
a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem?
I don't know anything about Fire
It's
Emblem.
really hard to
Like
pronounce
I've
in
played
Japanese.
the
The producers say
the one
it's
with
okay
Lyn,
if I
the
just
original
say
one on
Fire
the
Emblem.
GBA. Not the original, but
But
like
when
you know,
writing it,
the one on
if
the
you don't
GBA.
write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you. So please be careful.
Fire Emblem Police?
The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990.
Yeah, I haven't played
It was
this
a
one, but I played the one
pioneer
on
in
the
genre
the
of tactical
Game Boy, and that
role-playing
one was
games.
pretty fun.
You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game. Or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle.
I was really hoping to be Sora, man. I
When we
really
talk
wanted to
about
be
tactical
Sora.
games of that era, there were
Sorry.
lots of ones in which you
I mean,
could have
I
tanks,
mean,
aircraft,
it's
and
still
so
hype.
on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character. Sort of
I know
like
that
in
female
role-playing games.
Byleth is going to be used a whole bunch.
Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again.
Okay.
Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you, but a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak. In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary. The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash
I
Bros.
think
series.
Sakurai
6 of
really
the
likes,
7 and use a counterattack. It's their down special.
Fire Emblem. That's why he keeps bringing them
There's
back.
actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem Fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the
I honestly
turn-based
thought it was
nature
going to be
of the
Travis
original game.
Touchdown, but I
First
really
comes
wanted it to
opponent's
be
turn.
Sora.
They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn. And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series. People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many?
And I'm surprised too.
Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games.
17.
Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge. I'll give it a try.
Shadow Dragon, Gaiden, Mystery, Holy Wool, Thrashia, Blinding Blade, Blazing Blade, Sacred Stones, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn. Did he just flick us off? Awakening, Fates, Heroes,
There you go,
Echoes,
17.
Three Houses. Oh, that makes sense.
So you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary. This is 0.
Somebody get on that.
Here, and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1, and you get 17.
I swear at one point he flicked us off.
You can actually count up to 31 on one hand.
He's telling us the next character.
And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023. If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go.
I want to learn binary just to figure out what
is
he
Fire
just
Emblem
said
Three
to us.
Houses?
Because he could just be revealing
In
the next
Japanese, the male
character.
version of the main character is called Bereto, and the female version is called Beresu. But in English, they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide
Before
them
they
through
turn
their school
crazy.
life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release.
Yo, Sakurai, getting your hands on
I've
some,
done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example,
Wow.
because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter. I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it.
Imagine if they start doing
And of course,
DLC
there weren't any
costumes
walkthroughs
for the
like
characters,
reference.
not just the Mii's. That would make this, like, crazy.
The game has multiple routes, and the outcome of each is very different. Your experience will vary
Alright,
depending
now
on
I
the
have a
weapons
song to look up
and many
after
of the
this
characters
this
you meet
stream.
will
That
adopt different
goes
roles in the
hard.
story.
That song is
I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking
I'm
about
not
the
like
fighter.
crazy
I hope you'll
on the
understand.
fact that we're getting another Fire Emblem, but I don't hate it, honestly. Byleth
Before
looks
my
kind of cool,
demonstration,
and
I
that
should
song
point
goes
out
hard.
that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release. Right now, it's actually November.
Are you serious?
Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Oh, he's gonna show us how to play the character.
So this is our new fighter, Byleth.
Okay.
Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are
Jeez.
not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon.
Oh boy.
The
Spam,
hero's relic they
spam,
use changes
spam.
depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that.
Were they dragon
First,
bones?
let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for
I have no
upward
idea. I
movements.
literally
Sword
don't
of the
know
Creator.
anything.
The Sword of the
Sword of
Creator is
Creator.
Byleth's default weapon.
That
They
goes hard.
use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip.
Okay, so they're
They also use the sword for dash attacks and other
what's
moves.
his name? Corrin.
For their up smash attack,
I like this stage. It looks nice.
they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air.
Does anything happen in this stage?
For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead.
That is Richter's up tilt.
The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this.
Oh.
It was pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
Oh, it spikes. And you can do it multiple
do
times.
awful things like this.
Yeah, he's not
That
recovering
said, you'll
anytime
launch
soon.
opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage. Exceed that percentage.
just showed
and
us a
you'll need to be
combo.
careful. You may find it
D-tilt to
helpful
up
to
B.
mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special. Now for the
It's not as
sideways
fast as
This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology. First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so.
that was.
Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
If you buffed him, it would.
If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it. Next,
I'm
the
not
side
upset
smash
with
attack.
Byleth as
This
much
also
as
has
I'm
a long
upset
range.
that he hasn't
It'll
buffed
connect
Marth.
even from here. Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger.
He just killed Marth at 60.
And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way,
Okay.
the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker,
How big is that hitbox?
so
though?
it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward,
Cool.
or downward in this case. Next, the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach.
It's got like 3D.
For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
Are you kidding me? And you could probably spam it.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this.
Alright, he's got killing power.
But
That's
as you'd expect,
that's
it can be
interesting.
easily shielded, so be careful.
So you can punish
Use
it.
it in midair and you'll carve up a large area.
So
Returning
he's
to the side
probably
air
like
attacks
a
earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack
an edge
verticality.
edge guarder. Like that's his whole
So
thing. Like he
this
gets you off
complements it
stage
well.
and then he just uses all
Although
that
you'll be
range to keep you
vulnerable when
off.
you land.
If the hitbox is big enough that he can do something
Now,
like
for
that.
the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir.
I like the
It's named
charging
after a weapon
animations.
that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this attack. Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power.
Yeah,
And for the down
53.
special, Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Oh. But how many hits can you get in?
which allows you to withstand an attack.
Okay. Falcon
Just so
kick.
you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
His will still
plays out
kill?
like this.
Wait, what
It's
did
a
that
bit
kill
slower
at?
than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed.
Shouldn't have said that.
Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms. While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms.
I assume the
like
stage
this
isn't
to
very
reach a
big.
lower area. It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack.
But it did kill Captain at 30, though.
Also, you can turn around during the move.
Okay.
The swing takes a while.
Does it break
So if
shield?
an opponent runs behind you
That's
during the
the-
move,
the best
you can
question.
quickly change direction. Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents.
The salt is real.
Plus, even if you fail to
So
land a
that's it.
direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little. It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them. By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters.
It killed
hits
him.
with that much power in a single attack.
It killed him.
Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this.
This has gotta be a
just get you
small
hit
stage,
by
that's what's
counter
going on
after
here.
counter.
Excuse me.
Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Fail Not, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a
Fail
few
Not.
neutral moves. You've got the neutral.
Oh,
air
so this
attack.
stage
This attack is similar to a move of
is
Pit's
like,
and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around.
is like
It's also easy to create certain combos with it.
it's like the other Fire Emblem stages where it goes to different parts.
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow.
It can't be countered.
First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button.
Oh.
You can also change direction while in the stance.
Oh.
It works up until this point.
He's
but
about to be stupid.
keep holding the button.
Not in competitive, but online.
Unleash a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light.
How is
You
that
can
fair?
perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire.
Okay.
But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible. Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents.
It hits full stage.
So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a
Progenitor
move called
God Ruptured Heaven.
This is an enhanced version. As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together.
That was okay.
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are,
Nice.
as you
I would
can
use
see,
that blue one.
reminiscent of the house leaders. Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to. The sixth color is based
That
on
one's gonna
Sothis,
be used
who you
all the
just saw
time.
earlier.
That's gonna be used all the time.
And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story.
What you use
Didn't
of
we see this variation in the
Sothis or
final
whatever.
smash?
I like that stage though. It looks pretty nice. Garrig Mach.
Next, I'll introduce
These are a lot
the
of
stage.
words, man.
For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garrig Mach Monastery. This is how Garrig Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral all in one stage. It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas. The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping.
Okay, so it's
The
like
guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say.
really
They're largely from
Sakurai.
the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri.
Oh, that's
should be
getting
contained.
memed the heck
Quite
out
a
of it
difficult
right
life,
now.
and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see. If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right. I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down, be broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra. of the
It may
Black
just
Eagles.
be the stream
Take
quality
note,
right
it's
now,
not
but it looks
spelled
like they're really low
Edelgard.
rendered.
They're from the Adressian Empire, and as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers
She's
above the
waifu
stage.
material.
It's possible to knock them down. However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage.
Wow.
You can reach it with other fighters, though.
That's
So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go, I made it. And you can knock it down. Also, you
That's
can break
wild.
this table. Like so. Just like the sign
What is
that
this, the
reads
lunch
Fleeting
or
Puzzle
reception
in the
hall?
Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed. It's similar to the Bridge of Elden stage. The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance. Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch.
cool.
Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen.
That's a full screen
You could
move,
also
my
say
guy.
it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
Stay in my corner and spam.
The last area
The
is the
fail knot.
cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral are Seteth, Flame, and Rhea. There's Seteth, who
He's
appears
like
to
the
have an
holy
extremely strong
queen
bond
and
with
her
his sister,
son and
Flame.
daughter.
She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire
When are they
Emblem Three
like
Houses.
the
All three have character quirks
reincarnation
related
of
to their true identity.
Sophis? Something.
I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages. That'll give us precisely 5 players per side. Alright, here we go, Joker. Joker! And Hero!
Oh, this is cringe. This is so
Yeah,
cringe.
I really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing. But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the Professor gear. But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle.
Oh man,
so I'm
the
using
quality has
anything I
dropped,
can
dude.
get my hands on.
I mean,
It's not
that's
going
to
to
be
land that
expected.
easily. Uh-oh, this is
Sakurai, you
bad.
should have got a professional for this.
Fennegan.
If Sakurai wins, I don't know what to say.
I'll use this chance to attack. Got it.
And he two-shot at Robin.
That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here.
What if that had killed him? I would
Lots of
laugh.
explosives. Ouch. He perfect shielded that, huh? Good one. If I do this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected.
Oh gosh, we got Link with Palutena's Nair. Because
Good.
that's something
There's
we
Mom.
needed in 2020.
You're in a good spot, Mom.
Oh my gosh, the
I
quality
shouldn't
is
have taken
just...
that. Gardevoir.
I'm just gonna wait till this fight is
well,
over.
I guess no one
'cause-
uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not. I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball.
You're gonna die, Sakurai.
But I mustn't give up.
He broke his...
I can't waste this.
How does Sakurai keep breaking his shield? This is the second time in
There's
an
another Smash Ball.
explanation.
Yes, got it. Now, what are you charging up for?
Sakurai really just won. What type of RNG does he have that he can...
There's still more.
I understand this is a special version of the game, but still, he broke
Go on,
his
you can take
shield
the hammer, but it's mine.
again.
Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game.
That was...
It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
Who was the other character he used that he broke his shield with? Was it Hero? It was Hero.
Now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages.
Cool.
There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration.
Oh, 11 new
songs are being
songs.
added.
Alright.
This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English.
Probably gonna play
I hope you'll enjoy
Between
this as
Heaven
well.
and Earth and whatever that song was I was listening to earlier. I'm guessing that's
We're
the
also
theme.
adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters. Sothis is Legend class. Also, there's a new Classic Mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history.
Oh man.
The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that. Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Please get some crazy ones, man. I'm telling you. I want something out the water, blow my mind. Fire Emblem costume. Oh, Zelda costume. Altair! Let's go! They got Altair in Smash Brothers? What? Okay, no. Altair is in Smash? It's just a costume, but still. Altair is in Smash Brothers. If nothing else makes me more hype, Altair is in Smash Brothers. Come on, Sakurai. These are old costumes from previous games. Don't do that. Come in! Let's go! Let's freaking go! Let's go! I'm sorry if I'm yelling y'all's ears off, but I'm so hyped right now. I gotta go get this costume. Oh my gosh. They got Altair and Cuphead costumes in the same game. He probably won't be a character, but that's fine. I got a Cuphead costume. I don't care whatever happens in this stream. Like, that's crazy, dog. I gotta go get these costumes.
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume.
Let's go!
And for those of you who
MDHR is in the
an
building.
additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation.
Yeah, I know. I
hope
fought
you
her
enjoyed
like
these as
on
well.
stream before. That's crazy. Even if you don't care about
After
Byleth,
purchasing a costume,
realize
I recommend
Altair
sharing-
and Cuphead are in the same video
If someone
game.
has created a Mii fighter, you can play
Assassin's
using the
Creed
costume it's wearing immediately after you download
And
it.
Cuphead.
And now, onto the amiibo. The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it? Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
Ooh, Richter. I don't usually buy those anyway, but let's go.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete.
So you're gonna release the
The
second
lineup
one this
was
week,
Joker,
right?
Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth. From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added.
She comes
But
out
I
on the
must say,
28th.
this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Yeah, so that blew my
As I
freaking
stated,
mind.
we'll continue
Jeez.
to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Who's next, baby? Do we get a special character like Piranha this time? 11. So 6. So it's gonna be $30.
Looks like there will be 1 more fighter than last time. For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Yeah, I'm buying
It will
that
be
today.
Available for pre-purchase on the date shown.
28.
Please keep an eye
Okay,
out.
That's fine.
And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchased it.
Heck yeah.
Furthermore,
got
the
you.
new additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider that.
But look, I just want Sora. If I can't get
But I
Sora,
still
that's
hope
fine.
You'll look forward to it.
But 70.
We're also
almost
including a
80
bonus
characters
with Fighters
now,
Pass
huh?
Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Oh, okay, nice. But I'm pretty sure that was already a custom.
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend
That's
of
pretty
Zelda
dope.
Breath of the Wild.
Are we getting a character?